Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mark Pires, Renaissance Man.
Okay, people, gather round. The Mark Pires Renaissance Man show. Is he still alive? Wait, hold on, I'm not done. Trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2. Is he still alive?
He is Dr. Evil.
Why is he still alive, and why did you answer when I was asking number 2? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2!
A plan is in the works, Dr. Evil.
This is wonderful news, number 2. Over 1,000 days in a row, we've managed to keep the world from knowing he exists.
Dr. Evil, he's still going and doesn't care.
Well, we need to find another way to stop the show. He's making me look bad, you know? Yeah, no. Perhaps we can make him look like racist or something?
That may work, Dr. Evil.
Perhaps we can get the media to cancel him?
This is your best idea yet, Dr. Evil.
Okay, number 2. Get me Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. Dr. Fauci is on the evil monitor.
Thank you, number 2. Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil, it's Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci. It looks like the gig is up. The Renaissance Man show knows all about you.
Yeah, look, they created a character after me. We gotta squash him like the friggin' mouse that he is. He calls me a weasel, Fauci. I'm not a weasel, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm Dr. Fauci, okay? Don't call me Dr. Weasel Fauci, okay? Because that's anecdotal.
Anecdotal Fauci. That's what they're always making fun of you about. That you're always anecdotal.
No, I know. Like I said, that everything's anecdotal.
Excellent. Dr. Fauci, initiate the final plan.
They never even asked you. Welcome, family and friends, to the Mark Pires Renaissance Man Show. We are live every single day of the year for unscripted live comedy, songwriting in the moment, and total inspiration. So join us on a tour of some of the accomplishments and content created in the first 1,000 days and counting of Renaissance Man. So far in 2021, 12 albums and 156 songs have been released into the world. But we're not even close to done yet, fam. My plan is to put an album out every month for the rest of my days, as well as show up for you every single night. I've created 3 feature films this year: Batmark vs. Supermark, Three's Company the Breakup Artist, and A Christmas Story. Within these comedies, many original characters have surfaced. You know, we have Batmark Dick Face, which he doesn't look like this really, but that's Foch. And then of course Supermark, who's pretty freaking super if you ask me, just saying. Hammerlin Jameson's a bit of a drunkard, and he tried to get the role of Supermark. It didn't go well. He does all right at a side gig of, newscaster situation. But you can see in that top photo, he's not doing too well these days. Anyway. Dr. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'9", Guinness, and he's also in the Batmark and Supermark movie. And Dr. Weasel Fauci, if you don't know who he is, wear 5,647 masks, especially if you're going to Mars. Stuck on Mars. I will be making a movie out of that. Sid 45, make sure you don't get rupees. Sid has rupees literally pouring out of his igloo. Francesco Vigilughi. Look, if you ever need a cartographer, there's just one guy. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head. It's about a guy with a head so large, he could literally change the poles. Oh, Dystopia 2021. If you missed that, that's the world we're living in today. If you haven't seen it, I did a couple episodes on it. BB Poo Poo. Don't forget we did 3 cryptos this year. BB Poo Poo, PP Poo Poo, and of course, Shibbity Bibbity Boo. But it almost was wrecked because of the original Shiggity Boo Boo. Well, look, people are still on the fence, Things were pretty bad for BB Poo Poo at the beginning. And of course, we have many episodes of Spider-Mark, Peter Marker. If you didn't know, check it out. Mark Pires of the Caribbean. That was a hilarious movie. And then if you can't dance, you just, watch this episode. There's 2 of them. Really good stuff. And did you watch Match Game? I did it. And Pressure Luck in it. We did a little Pressure Luck style too, Peter DeMarkin. And if you didn't see Waterworld 2027, I'm the last one left because of the bugaboo. We did many other homages to movies and TV shows and Pache Mulder.
Sonny, you still got the cough?
There are over 100 insane scenes with Dick Pache. And then of course I saved the world, saved all the animals and stuff too. Zucker Chooch, Donald Trump Show, make sure you check that out. And we did a couple of raps over the last year. You may not want to miss those. Trump, Biden, and Christopher Walken rapping? Yeah. Back to the Future, Mark. Guys, the next movie that's coming out, Back to the Future, Mark. You may not remember some of the characters that I was in the past, so let's just go over it in real time. Mark says, I did it. 10 Commandments. Mark Stradamus, telling the future, of course. Oh, and the artwork I created as Leo Marco da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, when I got that freaking red, like murdering a family. That was what O.J. Simpson of the 1600s. Hey, Michelangelo, after you finish that, sculpture, you think you could paint this ceiling? Got it. Circumnavigating the globe is Mark Jellin. Markola Tesla? If I didn't do my time here as Markola, you guys would have nothing when it comes to electricity. I still can't believe it. I'm sitting there, I'm writing the fur release, right? I'm in the middle of it. And they're scratching it out and they're writing freaking that hack Beethoven's name on it, right? Don't even get me started on what they did when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Doing the fifth and taking all that work. And then like modern days, when I'm doing Mark and M, doing the 8 Mile situation. I'm like, Mark and M's the man now, but I paved the way is the Marktorious B.I.G. as well. When I was Mark Claude Van Damme, I remember that one. Oh, Mark Schwarzenegger? You didn't know I was Mark Schwarzenegger? Yeah, that was funny when I worked next to DeVito. The Emancipation Marklamation of 1863. I did my time as Abraham Mark Lincoln. You guys didn't know I was Abraham Mark? You guys are all Mark Della. That's why this is all part of the Mark Della effect. Everybody's like, Mandela, man. No, it's Mark Della. Get with it. And then the time I was Mark Guyver, remember, you give me a freaking toothpick and some tooth floss and we're off. I'm building a bomb. So that's just a good overview of a lot of the shows, not all of them. We have tons of new gear up on the website, guys, markpires.com. And there you can pick up your gear, you can pick up a signed CD, and also don't forget about beatseat.rocks, my invention that I patented. This is her sitting on it. And this is a little demo I made. Welcome to BeatSeat.rocks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of the Beat Seat. Today I'm going to share all of the details of the Beat Seat. It's the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. It's got 4 playable panels, omnitone. Everywhere you hit it sounds different. It's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the Beat Seat. It's the only drum that you can play with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. Anything you'd play in a drum kit, you could play on this, because you're playing with your entire body, but you're sitting upright. Your feet do this. So that's the Beat Seat, the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands, with your feet at the same time. It has unlimited tones. There's so much to explore. I hope to build one for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And of course, fam, I can't leave you without a little bit of motivation. So take these quotes with you as we get ready to rock for one more night. And yes, we will be doing it again tomorrow. So, until I see you in just a moment, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
when the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way.
Tickets are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Thank you for coming to Lowe's. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
It's Sunday. It's Mark Pires.
I was walking down the road
And
today,
it's
looking
Renaissance
for
Man.
another way.
I'm here
my mind and
to
know my
ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1147 in a row of the Renaissance Man show. And we're going to get into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends. So how you doing? How was your weekend? You know, it's not totally ending for a lot because tomorrow is a holiday. I will be working because I'm a real estate agent, and there is no days off for a realtor. Especially when you bring a new property on the market, a hot condo downtown New Canaan, Connecticut. You know what you're doing? Well, you got to sell that piece because there's nothing else on the market. I had a crazy open house today, and nonstop people were shifting through there. And it's, you know, it's the Cove market. When you're dealing with a Cove market, people act a little out of sorts, you know, they're freaking out because there's nothing on the market, but in my case, there literally is nothing. I am in the market at $750,000 for this condo, and there's nothing in between 500 and $1.25 million. Literally, there's zero condos on the market. So today was insane to say the least, but it would have been worse if it was not a holiday weekend. So I assume people will be swinging back tomorrow or the following, tomorrow evening from their vacations, and Tuesday through Thursday and Friday is going to be insane for everything that's going on in the real estate market. So just to keep that in mind, I am a realtor. If you didn't know that, yes, I'm the Renaissance Man. I've been here for 1,147 days in a row with you, trying to affect a positive change in this dying world. But during the day, every day, I'm super realtor, super Mark. I intend to help everybody get the best deal possible by adding value. And the way I do that is providing services that other realtors don't. I renovated and built homes for 13 years with my father and his construction company. So when I work with a real estate client and they need to, say, buy a place that needs some work, most people do. If you've ever purchased a home before, you may say, yeah, I did that actually. You go and look at a property, it needs a lot of work. You say, look, I want to buy this, but I'm concerned about the work. Realtor says, well, let me call a builder and let's call some contractor, come in here and tell us, you know, what we're looking at, how much it's going to cost to do this work. That takes time. By the time you get a contractor who's going to find a moment to swing over and look at this property, most people don't want to do that because you're not making anything for this. It's just pro bono, giving someone advice. And so you go, you do this, and by the time that person comes, the deal is done. They've already got an offer from somebody else. While walking through with someone with 13 years of construction experience, we real time in it. We're real time in it. Yeah, you know what? This is going to be 12 grand to do this bathroom over. Kitchen, you're looking at 30 to 50 grand, depending on what you want to spend on that size kitchen. And having built and renovated homes for 13 years, I have a ballpark estimate for all when it comes to homes. So it's a benefit. Zabrowski, give me woo-hoo, talking about value. You want to talk about value? I'm talking about a Matt Zabrosk value added. And then we're talking about detraction. We're talking about subtracting from the energy of the Renaissance Man show with friggin' Joanne. Back there wheezing, right, guys? Right? Wheezy McGee doing her thing like she's always doing. gosh, we go 3 steps forward and 7 back when it comes to Joanne. Yeah. But look, we're trying our best to get through this crazy world we're living in. And in a way, you need a little bit of the good, Zabrosk, and you need a lot of the bad. Joanne. We're getting it in the real world. You know, you go out in the real world, you get 99.9% negativity, hatred, division. And then there's, 1%, 0.1% of, some positive smiles when you can see someone without a mask. And, you see like someone's doing instead of taking, 0.1% of the time. And that's a good estimate, by the way. Some people think it's even lower than that. Joanne is a master of destroying a scene, of destroying the energy field. When it comes down to it, we hired her because we really needed someone. I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're interested. She liked the show. She's like, I'm digging the Renaissance Man show. I want to help. I want to do my thing. I said, look, Joanne, I've been here. I'm doing it. You going to help? What are you going to do? She says, Mark, I'm going to get interviews. She's the one who got me think about let's get interviews going. We're getting on actors, musicians. We're getting on business leaders, entrepreneurs. We're getting on crazy comedians, whatever. We're doing it, right? That was Joanne's idea. Guess how many people she's booked since we hired her? No, I know, Joanne, 0. I was about to tell him. You jump all over me and you say 0 before I had a chance to share it with the Renaissance Man fam. Guys, when I'm about to tell you, when you hear Joanne, pipe in and go 0. You don't listen to Joanne. You don't pay attention to Joanne. You wait for the Renaissance Man to say it. It was 0. She got a 0. No, I know, Joanne. You tried. I tried, Mark. Yeah. Guys, again, don't pay attention to her. When her wheezing, I'm praying that you just are not listening to her wheezing right now, right? Joanne, really? It's like, right? That's dead on, right? That was dead on. What I just did was dead on. I know I'm a celebrity impressionist, but doing that, wheezing, dead on? Wow, guys, you come down. Yeah, Sunday night. We're going to read the news tonight. Christopher Walken, Owen Wilson. We talk. We got news to get through. Oh, my friends, this is Sunday. Whoa, tomorrow, Monday afternoon, do a show. We talk President's Day. You got a president. And the Oval is sleeping with the fishes. Of course, she's sleeping with the fishes. We're going to do that. We're going to go out and sleep with the fishes. Whoa, what are you doing? Zoolander. We're going to do a Zoolander situation. Where are we going?
Bob, I don't treat patients on vacation, Bob.
Dr. Marvin, I'm doing the baby steps, Dr. Marvin. I got Gil.
Bob, Faye, I don't treat patients on vacation, Faye.
Dr. Marvin. God almighty. We're doing it. We're doing it Sunday night. We do it every friggin' night for 2+ hours. You didn't give me a follow yet. What are we doing? I know, Joanne, you're trying your best back there with the wheezing. We're trying our best to do a show. Monologue. I got Zabrowski giving us a woohoo of the lifetime. Grammy. You got a freaking Grammy winner over there. Joanne, wheezing it up. I went to stop to get the WD-40 today. Joanne, next time you got to call it in. Amazon it. You do an Amazon. You get them here, delivering them today. You can use my overnight 2-day. I got Amazon. I'm one of those program guys, where I forget what it's called. Prime. I'm priming it. Yeah. I'll let you use my Prime this one time, Joanne. I want that friggin' WD here. I'm sick of hearing her open and close that filing cabinet, to file the single file she has. It's a Zabrowski file. For the woohoo guy. She's always taking it out. She's looking at it. Joanne, there's one thing in that file. It's a check you have to write every freaking day to Zabrosk when he does his woohoo. And that's it. What are we doing? You keep taking out the manila envelope? What are you, freaking Maury Povich? When it comes to Joanne and George Soros. George, you are the father. Bang, biggity, boo. You guys didn't know George Soros is Joanne's father? That's why she sounds exactly like George. Good old George, billionaire, yeah. Nobody understands. They were like, oh, he's such a genius, financial genius. Nope. George Soros played Jabba the Hutt, typecast, and then they also use him for Senator Palpatine. So they had a double decker with Soros. And Joanne's 56. We found out that she, we did this bit the other day about Norfolk. If you guys didn't know about this, Norfolk's a very, very offensive name. Just think about it. Everybody's talking about, they got Norfolked up last night. You know what I mean? You're like, holy cow, they got Norfolked up. You're right. But the worst part about it was when we figured out that Joanne got Norfolked up, right? And she lost her Virginia. It was a really crazy thing because 56. I'm like, yeah, right. But she did. She got Norfolked up and she lost her Virginia. And most people, they're like, I'm trying to save my Virginia till a marriage. But Joanne, she lost it. She got Norfolked. I think that is possibly the worst name of a city and a state ever. I remember as a kid being like, Virginia. Like as a little kid, I was like, Virginia. And then I'm like, Norfolk? Are you kidding me? You got Norfolked and lost your Virginia? There's nothing worse than that. I said the other day that a couple people were trying to get away with like a little quickie. They're like, look, yeah, but I did it in the hiney butt, so it's okay. So I still have my Virginia. They got married and they still said they had the V card because they did the hiney butt instead. They were like, look, I was doing it. I'm down there. Look, sometimes when they're getting Norfolked and they're just like, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care what people have to say about it. Out at the parties, everybody's getting Norfolked up. They're doing it. They're drinking the Seagrams. Yeah, everybody's got the Tanqueray Kool-Aid. I got Snoop on the side. I'm doing on the side. You know what I'm saying? Snoopy's doing it, right? And you're getting Norfolked up. And Joanne lost her Virginia. What is going on, guys? Renaissance Man Sunday night. Joanne lost her Virginia. Oh, my God. What? No, I know Zabrowski. I know you're a Christian. It's a little over the line, Zabrowski, hear about Joanne losing her Virginia. I get it, buddy. But look, we have to, share what's going on with Joanne. She's got a lot going on between losing her Virginia, having the first humongocarditis on file. That was, she came down. They had the Journal of Medicine here. They're doing like, we got to shoot this thing for the journal. I was like, okay, how do you want to do it? Because that heart, it's a humongocarditis. By the time they got here, it was gigantocarditis. Whoo! Bad news for Joanne. Her father, George Soros, wouldn't do a thing to help. Wouldn't lift a friggin' Soros finger. No, he's so sorrowful, But then you got Joanne back there. She's a fighter, kind of like her father. And she's like, I'm gonna go and get another bugaboo. She's up to, I think, 18 right now, guys. World record. She got a world record. Zabrowski's got a Grammy. She's got a world record for bugaboos. And also, she's just wheezing it up, right? What the frig with the wheezing? No, I know, Joanne, you're trying. Whatever. Guys, we're on YouTube, by the way. That's where the show is live for 1,147 days in a row, where the green screen actually makes sense. I got this little thing here so you could see that I've been here for 1,147 days in a row, just waiting for you to find this guy who shows up every night for 2+ hours acting like a crazy person. There's no script here. I talk about Soros and Joanne. Joanne's my fake... I'm alone here, 1,147 days in a row of insanity. I just talk to nobody. I make up comedy in the moment, and I just pretend that I have a freaking assistant named Joanne. I forget, Zabrowski's a real person. He played drums. When I did this track, that's him playing the drums. At the end of that song, he goes, woohoo! And that became the part of the show. Every freaking day for the last 1,147 days, he lights the show off the freaking planet. And all of a sudden, we're in the clouds. We're doing it. Oh my goodness, absolutely. I don't know how this is going to work, but there she is. Okay, I have to try to get you. How do I work this out? Let me see. Spirit Filled is with us, guys. This is so cool. How are you? You're so awesome. I saw. Thank you so much for doing that. That was amazing. I'm trying to turn the volume up so people could hear you over here. How do I turn the volume up or get the TikTok? I got to try to get the TikTok audio into the... Oh, you know what I could do is this. Hold on. I got an idea. It's not going to sound that great to everybody on TikTok, but it's going to sound better to everybody on YouTube. Let me see. I'm going to tune you in over here. Spirit Filled, thank you so much for doing that. It meant so much when you did that.
I'm on a mission.
We're both on a mission. We're both on a mission. That's why I do love I love your content, and I think You know, you're speaking your truth and you're trying to get, and I love also, I want to point something out too. When you respond to the comments you get, you do it with nothing but respect. And you also share a light when you do it. It's the way I think about it, is like everybody's trying to take a hammer to everybody. And I'll see someone says something rude and you instead take a different approach. And in life, it's they always say, I think it was Dr. Wayne Dyer said, change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And you just taking the approach of saying, okay, I appreciate your comment. I don't agree, but this is how I feel. It disarms, and it's a beautiful thing. And that's kind of what I intend for this show to be, is disarming the negativity of the world, you know? But that meant so much. I see all of a sudden, guys, just so you're aware of what happened today. I've never had this happen before, but I don't get anything seen really on TikTok. But this 200 people, there's like 200 people who see everything I post. That's it. And for some reason, those people don't like it, so it never goes any further. And I think it's everybody at TikTok. And they're just like, oh, anybody who's got a passionate message, they're going to just shut it down. Because look what they're doing to Joe Rogan right now.
Well, you know, I do a different stuff. You know, I do some Christian stuff, and I do some inspiration stuff, and then I do funny stuff.
I love that. Love the comedy.
So if somebody comes in or being a jerk, then I'm like, well, thank you very much. You have a good day, and God bless you.
Exactly. That's the way to disarm some.
Or I'll block them.
Yeah.
I had this one guy want to just argue with me about how I'm not a Christian, because in 1 Corinthians it talks about have to follow the law of the land. And he's like, that's not what that means. It's the 10 Commandments, and you're a Satan worshiper. And I'm like, wow, okay, well, I don't normally block people, but I had to block him with some negative. And I explained to him, like, you know, if you were following Jesus' footsteps, you would have liked what you meant, like a ferocious.
Well, you know what? This is where I've come to that realization the last week, that the entirety of TikTok is intending to divide us. And I only realized that to be true because of the thousands, if not millions, of topics that we can be talking about that we all connect on. They have us talking about the things that when we were children, our parents told us never to talk about at dinner parties and cocktail parties. You never talk about religion, politics, or money. But this TikTok is all about religion, politics, and money. And I'm thinking, well, wait a second. This is the cocktail party of life, the social cocktail party, dinner party of life right here online every single day. And all we're doing is talking about the three things that our parents said, no. You never do that when you're out with people and you're meeting people and you're getting along with people, trying to get to know someone. You don't talk about religion, politics, or money. Well, geez, what is TikTok? And then I realized, yeah, someone told me recently that TikTok in China, what they do there is they actually promote and they reward creators. They reward real innovators. Like, so for example, being the inventor of the first drum for singer-songwriters, if I was in China, I'd have millions of people watching my show just on that. That is something that has a patent and it won Editor's Choice at Summer NAMM. Anybody who knows anything about NAMM, it's the biggest music conference in the world. It's where all of Gibson, Martin, they all come together and see the best new products. Mine was selected one of the best new products in 2019, right before the pandemic. So the reality is this has a real legitimate purpose. It's the first drum that you can play with your entire body. It has 4 playable panels and 2 snares. Just on that alone, China would have millions of people watching me on a daily basis. Here I have 2,000 people on TikTok that know I exist, and they don't even know I exist because I only get 200 people that see everything I post. So that means 10% of the 2,000 even see anything I post. So it's a really weird thing no matter what. And I try to pick the funniest stuff from these clips. And I'm laughing and I'm like, I know it's my stuff, but I'm like, this is funny stuff. Like the stuff about Virginia, the Norfolk and the Virginia stuff, this is probably the craziest comedy stuff ever because wordplay to me is amazing, you know? And when you say that someone's out at a party, they got really Norfolked up and like she lost her Virginia. And you're like, wait a second, these two, like all of a sudden you're realizing that this is such a deep subject in itself. And if you look, I've got 20 minutes of this on this content now where the first part was about Norfolk and then everything was like, you know, they started the Norfolk shuffle and they're doing it. They wanted to get Icky Woods. He was going to do the Icky shuffle. No, we don't need you. We got we're good with the Norfolk. But everybody's using Norfolk as like a way to like is to create like some sort of like, it's the same way you'd say the F word. You're throwing Norfolk out there. We went with it for 16 minutes and it was so crazy. And then the next day I realized, I'm like, geez, wait a second. I'm talking to you guys about Norfolk, but the one that really blows my mind is Virginia. Are you kidding me? Like, you lost your Virginia? I can't believe it. The crazier part is when I realized, I remember somewhere in college, someone said something crazy to me. They were Mormon. Okay. And this is the craziest thing I ever heard in my life when we brought this in to the bit. Guys, and YouTube, I'm on with Spirit-Filled Believer. She's on TikTok with me. We follow each other. She's just like us. Like if you come over to YouTube, Spirit, I know you've been over before. Everybody in the chat's just like you and me. They're trying to fulfill a mission here in this world. And that's why it's so difficult to break through these censors.
Well, you know, I honestly think that a lot of people, most people are like us.
Oh, yeah, I
but
think you're right.
I think that's the status quo because they're afraid to be different and express themselves in a way that they want to, but afraid of criticism.
Well, here's an interesting thing you just nailed. So they do know that there's way more of us than them. So that's the reason why they keep a voice like mine down. If the entire population of people like us heard me for one night or 2 nights or 3 nights, they would come back and we would change the world. I truly believe this show will, and at some point, change the world, because what we're doing is living in the moment. We forget about the negativity every single day. And when you can do that and separate yourself from that negativity, what you have then is something called perspective. You can then look at your world and the people around you and see them with real clear eyes. For something like 18 hours every day, you come back, you grab 5 minutes of this is going to allow you to break away and say, wait a second, what am I getting from everything else? I call it the negatube for a reason. Everything on it's negativity. There's nothing positive on TV. And in the real world, a show like this, a variety show that does everything, live songwriting, live comedy, live inspiration, this should be on against, all the stuff that's bringing us down. I want to be on there against it, and just be every day. People know at 10 o'clock, they can tune into TNT or whatever it is. And the Renaissance Man show's on to take them away from this darkness for a little while. And I don't know what we're going to do. There's no script ever. So I don't know what we're going to do. Just gonna have fun.
I wanted to. This is how I got almost 7,000 followers. Yes. When I first started, I would go to these 10, 15, 20,000 follower creators, and I would like 100 comments.
You would like 100 comments?
I would go to a major creator, millions of followers, and like 100, spend the time and like 100 of them.
Interesting.
What happens is, let me finish. What that does activates people going to your page and liking you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're promoting yourself in the algorithm that you'd like for them to go.
So you're saying that the more
person that likes me, and then they'll go over to you.
I see what you're saying, and also a double effect too. So just actually, besides just posting, when you go in and interact with other people's content more and like more of other content, then TikTok may actually look at that as a positive and give you more. That's interesting. It's tough too, because this is the crazy thing. And of course I know it's an algorithm, but as a realtor during the day, every day I'm a real estate agent. Then I show up for 2 hours. I have 3 kids and I have a wife, and for every day for 1,147 days in a row, I've shown up for 2+ hours. So to figure the 2+ hours plus also then having time to look at other content, then edit content for the next day to drop stuff, plus sell real estate, then see my 3 kids. And it's crazy. I don't know how I do. And by the way, I'm literally all alone. I don't have anybody here. So when I talk to Joanne, there's no Joanne. Yeah. But that's what makes it fun. Like now, anybody who knows.
So I'm a single mom. I've been a single mom for 28 years. I have a disabled father I take care of, and I have 2 jobs.
Oh my goodness! So you're working too, like a crazy person.
I find the time because it's important, and I'm not saying that it's not important to you, but I'm just telling you that's what I did. And then I did stupid, silly videos that were trending.
So you took any trending videos and just did like a duet with them type of thing?
Or I would do the video, like I would save the sound and then go in.
Oh, I see.
And do the monologue, whatever.
And that's what seems to grab something.
And I do 10 videos a day.
You do 10 a day. See, I thought that my 3 or 4 a day was too much. So 10's okay?
7.
A 7's good?
7's good. I do 10, even if they're like 7-minute videos.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I have enough content to do that. I just split up more content. I just thought that 3 was too much. I was like, I didn't want to do too much and get shadow banned more for putting in
No,
too much
because
content.
well, it's promotion, it's marketing. Well, you know marketing. The more people you talk to, right?
Mm-hmm.
The more exposure you get, the more people are going to buy your real estate, right?
Yeah. See, I think
The
I got to
same
do.
concept works. That
I think I have to do more real estate content too because it seems like the comedy and I don't know, it doesn't break through the comedy and the music. And although the music, I mean, I wrote a song about the Canada Freedom Truckers. It's so good, and it's got Justin Trudeau.
so good.
The impression of
But
Justin
you just
Trudeau
have
is
to
hilarious.
find your audience.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd have to find the audience, the people that are. It really thing is, it's so crazy to say this, but like, if the Joe Rogan audience knew about this show, that's my audience. I just don't know how to reach those people. That's the audience. Like, I love the
Promotion. You have to market yourself.
You have to figure out how to
It's like you do
throw
your
some money at it
houses.
or something. Yeah, I think the problem, and maybe it's some hashtags or whatever, but no matter what I use, it seems to never do. Like, I don't think hashtags work.
0 hashtags.
0?
I have no hashtags.
So you just post.
I just post.
You know,
Once in a while, I'll put a hashtag like
I'm getting a lot of info here,
Mm.
guys.
that, but
Spirit-
all my close to 7,000 followers, 98% no hashtag.
You know what? This is just interesting conversation in itself. Creators speaking to each other about the way to break through these algorithms, because it's quite interesting. I think I've told the story. My son put something out, and he just put some weird meme thing out that no one had seen before. Some little kid doing something, and it got 1.7. He's up like 1.7 million views on this one video. One other one, same exact thing, got like 50,000, and he went from whatever to 7,000 followers. I'm like, I got 2,000. I drop every day. I drop funny original content. He's put out some weird little meme, and he's like, Dad, I can't even figure out why.
That's what sells.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, they don't want any originality. They want some freaking crappy thing.
Well,
from
they
YouTube.
do, but you have to do the stupid stuff for them to get into the other stuff.
to be
Like,
able to do your own thing.
if someone likes you and they like your 5 or 20 videos that are silly, then they're going to go to your other videos and like your other videos, which in turn put your videos out there.
Now, did you, when you saw, I made that video off of yours, I think it was, did you, you're my friend, so did you see it when it came through as friends or for you?
The For You page, I told you.
Oh, it did come through as for you. Okay. So I
Yeah.
still find, and I think I saw one other person in another random video say that they came through on For You. I'm like, okay, so it's like one, I don't know. It seems weird though. I don't seem like they filter it out. They say they filtered. I don't know if you tell me if this happens to you. I'll post, and I noticed my daughter noticed this too. She goes, Dad, I see you post, and 4 or 5 hours later, there's still 0 views. And so like they don't shift my content.
Again?
I'll put a piece of content out. Every piece of content sits for about 3 to 4 hours before I see any views. It's at 0 views for about 3 or 4 hours.
That happens to me too,
It
but I
does?
had one video, well, not just one, but like 10, where I had 1.7 million views, 450,000 views. But that one video that you have all those views opens up the door to your other content.
Yeah, I think that's the
So if
hard.
you find that,
That seems to be the weird thing because. I mean,
it is,
I
but
think
that's just how it works.
yeah, and I think the reality is, and I found something that wasn't me. I never do this, but I found a funny thing of somebody being interviewed. I think you liked this one. Some guy, some director, really pompous guy. He was like, walks up with his beautiful wife, and she's like, "Oh, we're so happy that you came here." He grabs the microphone and he farts into the microphone, and he starts laughing, and she's
I
like,
saw that.
"How funny was that?" That was the funniest thing. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this made me cry laughing. 286 views. What are you kidding me? 286 views on that thing? I'm like, I thought for sure if you're going to break through and something's going to be funny, I haven't seen that at all on TikTok. And 286
And I do
views.
controversial stuff too. You know,
Yeah.
like serious.
This is the problem.
Well,
they want us to
you have
divide.
to do what's trending.
Yeah, they want us to divide. That's the thing. I fight so hard against the narrative, and that's why I think this is so difficult, because I've joked with the fam here. I say, guys, if I just put above my head, guys, go get your bugaboo, go get your bugaboo booster, get 3 of them, and let's make sure we protect our neighbors, and I put that above me for 3 weeks, I'd have 7 billion followers, because they throw people at anybody who's pushing their message. I refuse to play the game, and that's why it's like I'm 3 years in and still
Well, now
dealing.
it's okay for you to say that the science is everybody can get it whether you're bugaboo or not.
Well, I don't even
So
know if
you
it
have
is.
to
They
watch
still.
what you're taking.
I feel like they'll still block. I don't even talk about it anymore. I realize I'm making a new pact that, because now I realize their game.
Okay.
I don't talk about religion, politics, or money anymore. I'm here to inspire the world to find the greatest version of themselves. I'm here to.
But what I'm saying is you have to put your foot
I got to get in the
water
door first.
a little bit.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? You have to play with the other people in order to bring them out of the water.
Yeah.
Like
know what you're
I do
saying.
the stupid political other stuff for them, for people to look at me, and then they go to my page and look at my other stuff and go, oh, well, she actually has something to say.
She has some depth here. Let me see what else she's
Right.
doing. Yeah, I know
exactly.
what you mean. And that's
You got to pull people out of the muck. You got to get in the muck yourself to pull them out.
Gotta get in that muck. I think that's the interesting thing too is it would be easy if this was a niche show, like it's about real estate or it's about comedy or it's about music or it's about inspiration. But
Well,
this is
you're your niche.
freaking everything. It's crazy.
You're your niche.
Yeah,
You don't have, I mean, just do whatever you want to do.
that's the show.
And then do
That's
the
the
little
show.
stupid little, trending videos that get, 5,000 views.
I'm
To
gonna
get them to look at your other stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I mean, I'm going to keep posting these things like the Virginia stuff. I mean, honestly, anybody who sees those Virginia clips and doesn't laugh is mentally challenged. It's the funniest
But
stuff in the world.
if you're not doing the trending stuff, then they're
get
not going to
them-
look at that.
Then they won't see it.
If
Yeah.
they're not posting it.
Yeah, I got to get them into the rabbit hole, because the rabbit hole is deep on the page. It's filled with, I mean, the Donald Trump rapping stuff is the funniest. California Love, Tupac. There's a line in there where I said something about something about how people wanted Tupac. I said, Tupac, get Tupac Trump. And then something like, man, you got to hear this. Have you heard that song? It's crazy. It's called California Love. It's Tupac and Dr. Dre, but I did it as Donald Trump and Sleep Sofa Joe Biden and Christopher Walken as well. But the Trump stuff is so awesome at the end, because I improvised an entire verse and said something about, forget about Dre, I forget what it is. You got to hear but the crazy stuff is everything being in the moment here, though. The rhyming, all the stuff seems to come out, but the Trump impression stuff is silly, and people seem to like it. I see other.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple people out there with Trump impressions that have so many views, and I'm like, I think my Trump impression's as good, and the California Love stuff is hilarious. Forget about if it's as a good impression. It's just funny stuff, and it can't get through anything. So I have to find something first, like you said, so people will even find that stuff. Because I'll just be here at 200
Yeah,
views.
like I said,
forever.
you got to find out what's trending and do the little trending stuff. Because what happens, because I do this too, I'll go into it and I'll see a video that's trending, and then I'll go to their page and go, oh, and start looking at their video.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
People,
It makes sense, but you
people
can't
do that to me.
The reality is, though, and this is what your point is, no matter how many videos I put out, if I keep getting 200 views, 280 views, 150 views, I'll never get anybody to want to go down that rabbit hole. It's not enough people. I got to get thousands of views so people start 5 or 10 or 20 start going in every day and checking out all the crazy stuff that I put out on a daily basis. And then know that I'm here every day of my life. For 1,000, I'm here every day of my life, guys. This isn't a show where I stop one day. The plan is that the last day this heart beats is the last day of the Renaissance Man show. And every day before that, I was here for 2+ hours pouring light out at you and letting you know that I love you. I have no reason to. I don't know you, but you know what? This world is dying, and I am not going to let it die without at least giving it a shot. And I show up every day, and I will never stop. And I know, like, it gets frustrating when I'm putting it out and it's like, this is funny, or this is a great piece of music, and it doesn't hit. But you know what? It doesn't stop the mission. The mission is very clear. Leave a message behind.
Right, sure.
Leave a message behind for maybe a future generation. Maybe I won't meet these people now. One day they'll find my content and they'll say, friggin' hey, this guy was live all those days in a row for 2+ hours every day. He put out an album a month and a movie a month. Yes, I did. And I'm going to do it every month this year. An album a month, a movie, every single month, feature film. I have to get one out in the next 7 days. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I made ridiculous
Where do you live?
challenges in Connecticut.
Oh, that's right.
How about you?
I live in Oregon.
Oregon. So you're early right now. So it's about what, 7:45, 7:41? See, this is the thing. I always try to figure out the timing. What time of day would be the best time to broadcast where people are able to tune in? Because I do a long
Right now?
show. It's right now. It's always 10 o'clock. You think it should stay at 10?
Well, I mean, if you're California and the West Coast.
So I got to break into
No.
the California. This is a good point. I got to somehow break into the 7 p.m. California crowd. So those people who are tuning in at night at 7 o'clock say, you know what? The Renaissance Man is live for 2 hours right now. And usually it's 3 hours. Usually it's 4 hours. Like we don't do 2 hours, right, guys? What do we do? 2 hours? Randomly, I'll stop at 2 hours. Usually it's 2:12, 2:30. We just go. And I'll be like, I'm stopping. And then we do another freaking hour. We write another song.
Right.
What? No, Joanne, stop wheezing. You know? What are we doing? Oh, I'm so glad you called in. This is so cool. We have to
I
do
was hoping I'd catch you.
we have to do this more often. And if you get a chance, I know was that your daughter I heard in the background or your son? I heard
My son. Yeah.
your son. After you do what you need tend to pop into the YouTube page. I don't know who's on yet, but I'm gonna
Okay.
get into the news. I got 7 stories, and I think I'm taking that guitar out. I think we're writing a song tonight. If you do have a topic, give me a topic. Give me a topic for a song right now in the moment. I'm writing you a song tonight. I'm writing you a song. You want me to write a song called Spirit Filled Believer?
Sure.
All right, we're doing it. I'm writing it.
You can make the tune the same as the Monkees.
Well, I think you know
I'm
what
a
it is.
spirit believer.
The thing is the words actually give me music when I think about the title. Something comes out of the guitar. So we're gonna see what happens when I get to it. But
Yeah.
let's actually click over when you can, and when I see you in the
I
chat,
will.
I'll grab the guitar. I'm gonna go to the news now, and I'm so glad you called in. Thank you so much for doing that with
Yeah, me too.
that stitch earlier.
All right, God bless,
And
guys.
Yeah, you too. God bless. Thank you so much for the call in. Take care. Guys, how cool is that? Right? I'm here doing it. TikTok style. Yelling at Joanne. Spirit-filled believer. She's calling in. Doing a chatteroo. Look, when you're doing it, Zabrowski gives a woohoo. Joanne's wheezing. What's that? No, Joanne. We can hear you loud and clear. She says, is this any better? No, it's not any better. You know? So, guys, I think we should get into the news now. Joanne, what do we got for the news? Let's pull it up. No, get the teleprompter going. I'm ready to go now. She's like, can I grab a tea first? No tea. You get the tea later. I'm in the middle of doing the news. Bird flu detected in backyard flock in Long Island, New York, officials say. Guys, it's like we're getting to the end of one plandemaroo. And guess what's coming around the friggin' corner? Oh my goodness. Wasn't it Bill Esquire Gates the third that came out just like 3 weeks ago? We're going to have another plandemaroo. Right? Or was it Dr. Weasel Fraugy that said, it looks like we're through this one, but there's another one on the horizon? What is going on, Dr. Weasel Fraugy? Doing it? No, Joanne, I know you trust him and love him, and that's why you really appreciate your humongocarditis. You know, some people would be hurt and upset they got a humongo car, you know. But, you know, Joanne, she's actually saying that Fauci did her right. You know, she took the medical guidance. She got the bugger boosters. How many? 18? 18. Got 18 bugger boosters, you know? And now, I forgot, Joanne. Hot air balloon carditis. Took hold last week. We're trying to anchor her. You know, lately I got her anchored down to the surface of the earth. You know, if you don't do that and you got Joanne, hot air balloon in it, you know, going through first floor, second floor, out the roof, where'd she go? Up. You ever seen the movie Up? Mm-hmm. Joanne, she's starring in the next Up. Up to what? Where are you going? Joanne, what are you up to right now on the heart weight? What are we doing? You know, guys, if you want to donate to Joanne's Heart Fund, remember it's www.gofundme.com/Joanne from the Renaissance Man Show's massively ridiculous heart that needs to be excised and replaced with a megalodon heart immediately by Menon. Leave that last S off for savings if you really know what's good for you. Yeah. Some people don't know what's good for them. And then they're like, me. I just pay full price. What do you got excess funds?
You're sitting here, you CV19, dealing with the Plandemaroo excess funds?
Oh, I'm a crypto guy.
You bought BB Poo Poo, didn't you? You know, you do a crypto movie. Everybody gets on board. Everybody goes and buys BB Poo Poo thinking like, guys, Peter Bishop was friggin' doing it. Yeah. Guys, if you haven't seen The Wolf of Crypto, it's live on YouTube, free to watch. And The Wolf of Crypto is about a genius of a salesman named Peter Bishop. He's on the sales floor doing it. You know, he's making the phone calls. He's pulling rugs. Oh, you give me 150K, I'll make you 1.5. Hold it, put it in my wallet. Gone. You know, it was a good day for Peter Bishop. You got to check it out. Lots of phone calls, a lot of broken hearts. We did it. We dropped it. And that's live on YouTube. You can check it out along with a few other feature films that I released in the last 6 months. Three's Company, The Breakup Artist. Basically, you see, I think it's 4 or 5 couples that look like they're in, you know, heaven. They're having a great time on the beach or on a mountaintop, or, you know, they're doing it. They're having I friggin' break up all their relationships one by friggin' one. Yeah, Barry the Breakup Artist, I'm there doing it. And they're like hiring me, you know, like to do a breakup. They pay me in BB Poo Poo. That led us to the crypto movie. It all really started, it started with Batmark versus Supermark. You know, I'm there supermarketing it. And when Batmark came out and he had to take me down because of, you know, Dick Facce. Dick Facce, if you don't know it, is my original character. He's essentially Andrew Dice Clay, but a clean version. He just is looking for respect. So when it comes to Foch, he owns basically the Bronx. And when Foch shows up, whoo, you better watch out. Foch, because he's got his own, like, I don't know if I got to go there right now. I think I may got to go there. When you're doing a Foch, we're there in the friggin' Bronx. What's up, Sonny? I'm here. I'm in the Bronx. I can't fake you. You can't get my background. Where's my background, Sonny? I can't. Sonny! What are we doing? What are we doing, Sonny? Where's my background? Oh, bing, biggity boo. I know what happened over here. Where is it? All right, I think what I did is I moved everything to the D folder. That's when you're down in Norfolk. You got Norfolked and you lost your Virginia. Guys, when you were down there, you tell me. You tell me. What does that say? You guys tell me what you doing when you're getting Norfolked in the Virginia. Yeah. Sonny! There you are, Sonny. I got a question for you, Sonny. What are you doing with that stupid cough? You got cough cup in your hand. I'm here, Sonny. This is all green screen, guys. You got to go over to YouTube to see it, because Sonny, he's right friggin' there with the massive fists. If you don't know what Sonny's fists are all about, he breaks into pyramids with me. Yeah, we got a little something called Tomb Raider here. It's 2 guys from the Bronx breaking into pyramids. It's me and Sonny doing it for about 6 or 7 episodes. You better watch it out, because that's going to be probably a movie as well. Tomb Raider 2022, doing it. From the friggin' Bronx, you know? Breaking into the Bronx, getting in the friggin' pyramid. Sonny! I can't fake you, Sonny. We're here. I'm in the Bronx at my table. I'm at my table, Sonny. You there. You got cough. Oh, thank you, Gino. Take an espresso. Gino! Smells delicious. Hey, Gino. I'm not trying to, start a problem or nothing, but where's my biscuit? I'm here. I got a espresso. I got Sonny, a stupid fist. Where's a biscuit, Gino? I got the Peru. I can't the Peru, Sonny! Sonny! I can't. I got espresso. Gino! I'm at my table, Gino. Oh, thank you, Gino. Biscuit. You take espresso. Gino. Is this a special blend? Ooh, I got a biscuit. The Peru. Gino! It's delicious. When you watch Foch and he's in action, you better stop by. So Foch basically puts us up against Batmark and Supermark. It's like a feud, you know? And in the movie, I'm on screen, 3 people, Batmark, Supermark, and Dick Foce, and Sonny the Fist is in the background, too. We're in the pyramids. And I'm there, Gina. And I tricked Batmark and Supermark. I'm giving away the story, but I tricked Batmark and Supermark, so it's leaving us open to a sequel. Which, by the way, I filmed a lot of it, and I just never... I got to find it and just download it. We shot the sequel. A lot of it. I just didn't do anything with it. Man, we have so much content to drop for you. Give me a follow if you haven't yet. So, back to the news. Joanne! Can you line up the teleprompter for me? I'm trying to find out what flu's going to kill us next. This is what they're going to talk about all over the news for next year. Ready? So, CV's done? Oh, yeah, no. Mask 8, wait, taking the mask off. Oh, okay, we're good now? Everybody's back to normal? No! Bird flu detected in backyard flock in New York! Guys, there's a bird flu. Yay. Highly pathogenic avian influenza was detected in a non-commercial backyard flock of birds in Long Island, federal authorities confirmed Saturday. Samples from the flock were tested at Cornell University Animal Health Diagnostic Center and confirmed at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Animal, and Plant Health Inspection Services laboratories in Ames, Iowa. New York officials quarantined the site in Suffolk County. There's another one. You got Suffolk. Are you kidding me? Joanne, you got Suffolk? I can't believe you got Suffolk. What are they doing? I was there and all of a sudden I got Suffolk. Oh, man, that's terrible. In your county? Oh, man, what are we talking about over here? What? Joanne, you can't go there. 2022? Oh, my God. I can't even do more on that one. And the birds are affected properties. They'll be depopulated to prevent the spread of the disease. No, I know, Joanne, you want me to do more. I can't. I can't do more on getting Suffolk in, in the county. Like, that would be a bad one to go on, You're there, getting Suffolk in the county. Bad news, New York officials quarantined a site in Suffolk County. Oh, my goodness. And the birds of affected properties will be depopulated, they say. Guys, we're doing it. The virus has been detected at commercial turkey farms in southern Indiana, a flock of commercial broiler chickens in Kentucky, and the backyard flock of mixed species birds in northern Virginia, Joanne, Suffolk, and Norfolk, Indiana officials confirmed Saturday the virus was detected in a 4th commercial poultry flock. Joanne, there's a 4th flock? What the flock? Are you kidding me? Down there getting flocked up? Unbelievable. Look, when you're doing it and all of a sudden you realize you got flocked, that's no good. I was there, went down to the poultry, commercial poultry flock, and I was flocked. I didn't want to be a part of that flock, What the flock? When I'm there, and you make me I'm there part of the flock. I don't know. I don't want to be in that. I want to be on the sidelines, non-flocking it. When you start being a part of the flock brigade, that is the whole thing. In '84, the flock brigade was bad news. They walked down the streets of Memphis. Woo! Like, what the flock? You looking at me? That was no good down in Memphis getting a flock. You got flocked up. Moo! Guys, you're there, Joanne. No, Joanne, don't. Don't. I get it, Joanne, that you think that I'm saying, no, I'm not. You need to clean your ears out. I said you got flocked up, okay? It's they had made T-shirts. You didn't get one? I thought you had one on last week. With the flock? That was a good one. They came out with, and there was a guy on the cover who was like, and they're like, what the flock? They sold millions. The Flock Stars, when they came out with their own hit, woo! The Flock Stars were up there with the Jackson 5. I don't know if you guys remember them. They came out with the biggest hit of all. It was banging it out with those motherfuckers. Oh my goodness. Flock Star, right? When they were doing it, the Flock Stars came out, and they were so good that Sheena Easton stopped in her tracks, and she gave them their first gig. You're opening up for Sheena, the Flock Stars. Double platinum, is that first hit they came out with. Get the Flock out of here. It was a banjo classic. Yeah. Most people didn't know that banjo was a rocking, instrument until Bella Fleck as a youngster played Get the Flock Out of Here. That was cool. So cool. Future Man came out playing. That was pretty wild stuff, Every once in a while, you remember the time that you spent in the Flock Nation. The TM. Yeah, I always forget I have to say TM after that. Flock Nation, though, we were part of that Flock Nation. And everybody joined around. They gathered, like wings. We called them wings. We're gathering our wings. And we did this chicken dance. We had to do a chicken dance in a circle. And then there was a guy who always wanted to be the guy in the middle and do his own, there's a beatboxer in the Flock, what the Flock? And these guys go, and then there's one guy in the middle, he's got to get his Flock on, right? And he's doing it. He's there. He's breakdancing around, Well, yeah, I got down on that motherfucker. And then he's doing, and then he did the, one where you fall on your knee and do a spinaroo. He came back up and he's like, phew. That's how we do it in his mother, and he was getting down, Flocked up. The whole thing was flocked up at the end of it. Like we were trying to figure out if it was meant to be as much of a flocking disaster as it ended up being, but it for sure was really flocked up. I mean, sometimes when people ask me how flocked up, I'd say, on 1 to 10. It's a flocking 10, you know what I mean? Like you got a full flock, you're flocked, like you completely filled the ammunition up. You got every single chamber filled, filled up and ready to shoot that flocking thing as, at anything you want. And you're just going to put it out there, just me and my flock. So that's what's going on over here, guys. They're doing a flock. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, you can't join the flock with your caribou. She gets 2 caribou a day at 11 o'clock. Joanne, 1 minute. 1 minute, Joanne. 1 minute. You're getting your friggin' flock. We're doing. Hold on. Why is this? This should not be in. I'm sorry. You guys are hearing it terribly. Plus, I have no audio there. There we go. Let me fix this here for these awesome people here on the TikTok platform. Guys, we're doing it. They got a flocking 15,200 birds. Let's get into this one, Joanne. Can we get back? Can you scroll back? Doing a teleprompter. I'm trying to get into it over here until I got, kind of sidetracked. You're doing it. Trying to get your flock on. And you saw that dancing going on in the middle of the circle. Everyone's they're holding their wings. They're doing the chicken dance. The guy went in the middle, Dominique. And Dominique's got those skills. He starts gyrating and doing the weird things where he's like, liquid water. The beatboxer in the background, chicken dancing it, and you realize that this was the Flock Brigade. I'm part of it. I'm part of the Flock Nation now. I got to get a t-shirt. Joanne, can you do me a favor and get that order form out? I'm placing an order tonight for the Flock Nation, because when you do that, first of all, when you go to Suffolk and you get it in the county, it's no good. But then, on top of that, when you're part of that Flock Nation and you're bringing it at the end of the day, Joanne, it becomes less of a hack job and more of a, it's that moment where you're really proud of doing the flocking job. Like some people just want to do the job and they're tired of it. They go home and they take a nap. Somebody really likes to do that flocking job. You're that guy, girl, lady. What are you? Binary? Are you non-bi? I don't know what you're doing these days. Some days she'll tell me she's one thing and then the next day she's another. I say, Joanne, you just call it how you see it. Okay, I'll say whatever you want me to call it. I'm just going to call you I don't know, humongo giganta hot air balloon carditis number 2 with a, I'm talking about number 2 where you have like the small tube squared in the corner. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said the detection of bird flu did not present an immediate. Oh, this is what they said for the Cove, if you recall. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control said the detection of bird flu did not present an immediate public health concern. No human cases of the virus has been detected in the USA, according to the USDA. Oh, yeah, we trust them, right? Don't we, guys? We're totally trusting those people. 2022. Woo! I'll tell you what, we got a lot of flocking content out of that one. You're doing it. And I don't know what these stories are going to bring. This is live improvisation. That's what we do here. We take these stories and we roll with it. This one's interesting to me because I see 222 everywhere, guys. I've been live 1,147 days in a row. I think synchronicity is everything. I constantly see 222, 333, 444, 555, all the way through it. I even see a 777, Joanne. No, military time. Whatever, Joanne, you do it. You figure it out. I have a special clock. It's Newtonian physics clock that goes into the tens, all the way up, 10, 10, 10. That was, it used to be, Joanne, it's not 60 seconds. It used to be 100 seconds in a minute. It was a 20-hour day. Look it up. I hate being right, all the time. And Joanne just always being wrong and wheezing through it. 20-hour day, 100 minutes is 100 seconds is a minute. Look it up. Count it out. It is exactly a 20-hour day, but it's still the same amount of time. It actually winds up being a perfect year. Yeah, they don't need the leap year then if you do that. But they don't want to make it easy. It's about six. It's about giving homage to the devil. Yeah, those people out there, Joanne, like you and your father, George Soros. This is a disclaimer. I don't know for sure. I just think, the actions of said individual seem to imply that he is an informant / I would say, soldier for the evil of the world. Here's what the date 22222 means, and 222 is a powerful sign. Joanne, let's get into it. Joanne says she never sees 222. I get it, Joanne. You're bad luck. With that wheezing. In that file cabinet? God almighty, WD-40 it. February is set to be nothing short of a prolific month. The month kicked off with a new moon in Aquarius, ushering the energy of the new beginnings and change. Just one day later, we got to experience what some call the first of the last 3 222 days of the century, which occur on February 2nd, 2022, February 20th, 2022, and February 22nd, 2022. Yep, you read that correctly. This is the end of a 222 sequence that started back in 2000. With other key years of 2002, 2020, and 2022, we won't see this sequence again until 2222, which is insane. It's literally 200 years from now. But what's the significance anyway? In numerology, the 222 sequence of numbers are often referred to as angel numbers. Also, interesting. Also, the number 2 is a numerology reference to the energy of duality. Guys, we need a hammer jammer. Don't I have him set up here somewhere? I thought I had a hammer jammer. No, whatever. Sometimes you had hammer set up and then you lose him because he's a freaking mustache. Where's my... I need a sip of real. Sometimes he falls on the ground. I got Dick Face's. Yeah, I'll have to find Hammer Jammer later. It would have been funny if I did a little hammer for you. But anyway, we can't go into hammer today. I was feeling him. You could tell I was starting to feel a Hammer Jammer. So the key lessons when dealing with the number 2 are generally centered around compromise, acceptance, compassion, cooperation, and harmony. When 2 is in sequence like it is in 222, the energy is supercharged. There is a call to approach life with more compassion, to seek better balance, to work cooperatively with others, to seek partnership when you can, and strive for harmony. Hey, that's interesting. Isn't that what the Renaissance Man show is? I know, Joanne. I've been doing it. When you think about the last almost 22 years, don't so many of these themes ring true? This is especially profound when you think about 2020. There is no way we could have made it through the last 2 years without compassion and cooperation. So much of our world has changed, especially the ways in which we interact with others. What's more, the United States has its very first Pluto return on 2022, coinciding with the second 222 day of the month. That's today, guys. Since America is a relatively young country, it has never experienced the return of Pluto or the start of a new Pluto cycle. For your reference, when Pluto, the Lord of Destruction, Transformation, and Power, makes a return, wow, which takes approximately 247 years. Oh, wow. That entity, in this case, the U.S., has an opportunity to let go of archaic systems. Guys, this is a very interesting story. Are you listening to what they're saying here? Gosh almighty, this is powerful stuff over here. For your reference, when Pluto, the Lord of Destruction, I didn't know Pluto was the Lord of Destruction, okay, but Pluto, the Lord of Destruction, Transformation, and Power, he's the Lord of Power, guys, makes a return, which takes approximately 247 years. That's basically right where we are. That entity, in this case the U.S., has an opportunity to let go of archaic systems and structures that no longer benefit the masses, so that every individual associated with that entity gets to maximize the potential of their soul. Doesn't this sound very similar to 5D, where people say we have to ascend by, being ready for it when that time comes? I often believe that when we come here and we live in the moment, that's ascending. You're getting away from it all and able to elevate your energy to a level that's necessary to be ascending to whatever level is after this. And you can't do it if you can't break away from the world that's holding you down. We do that here. Just friggin' give a follow. Let's make some magic happen. It looks like the older countries, for some insight, it's very easy to deduce that major power shifts occurred during that time. Pluto returns in France and Russia marked the deaths of Napoleon and Stalin. Wow. Pluto returns in France and Russia marked the deaths of Napoleon and Stalin. What world leader is going to go when Pluto comes? Spanish dictator Francisco Franco relinquished power during Spain's last Pluto return. Some even argue that the UK's last Pluto return coincides with their unofficial fall from the world leader status. Historically, this time is marked with a lot of change, and most believe that is for the US. That will be no different. Fortunately, that could change about change and transformation as well, change and transformation. As painful as it might be to see failure, it is incredibly powerful to see potential. This is what makes the 222 days so profound. 222 days serve as a reminder for us to know that no matter what happens in our world, we are in a time of cooperation, compassion, duality, and harmony. If we so choose to embody these qualities, so hopefully you choose to use the last days of this magical 222 energy like a portal to channel all the love and hope you can. For yourself first, then for others. Powerful message. I didn't know what this was going to be about, except for the title. Not a bad message there. I like it a lot. So let's see what this is. Queen Elizabeth tests positive for the cove. Mild symptoms. Guys, she's 96. She's 96. Queen Elizabeth tested positive for the cove on Sunday and has experienced mild and cold-like symptoms. Buckingham Palace said, adding that she plans to still carry on working. She's a workhorse, right, Joanne? Why are you such a lazy lump? No, I know you're anchored down and you've got a humongo car. I'm just saying, why are you a lazy lump? The diagnosis prompted concern and get well wishes from across Britain's political spectrum for the famously stoic 95-year-old. Guys, 95. What are we doing? Britain's longest reigning monarch and a fixture, Joanne. You're pushing me along on the read, Britain's longest reigning monarch and a fixture in the life of the nation, the Queen reached the milestone of 70 years on the throne on February 6th, the anniversary of the day 1952 death of her father, King George the Sixth, I assume? I don't freaking know how to read that. Is that a four or six? I think it's 6. 5V and then 1 is 6. 1 and then V is 4. Yeah. She will turn 96 on April 21st. Isn't that Hitler's birthday? No, it's 421. The palace said the Queen, who has been fully bugabooed and had a bugabooster, would continue with light duties at Windsor Castle over the weekend and coming week. She shall continue to receive medical attention and will follow all of the appropriate guidelines, the palace said in a statement. People in the UK who tested positive for the Cove are now required to self-isolate for at least 5 days, although the British government says it plans to lift that requirement for England this week. I'm going to do something here. Sometimes you gotta do a little something called a do it again, shoot that crap again, yeah. All right, let's do this. I'm going to put this back on. You know, like, I think it's a good concept here, but like for a few minutes we get people and then it goes to silence. So let's just try it again. See if we can get more people back on for TikTok. So, guys, both the Queen's eldest son, Prince Charles, 73, and her 74-year-old daughter-in-law, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, contracted COVID-19 earlier this month. Charles has since returned to work. There is also thought that to be several recent virus cases among the staff at the Windsor Castle, where the Queen is staying. Paul Hunter, an infectious diseases expert at the University of East Anglia, said the Queen would likely be given one of several antiviral drugs that has been approved in the UK to treat CV19. If you don't get them early enough, it does reduce the risk of severe disease developing. So I would imagine any doctor for a patient in their 90s would be considering giving these antivirals, he said. A host of senior British politicians sent gut well wishes on Sunday. Prime Minister Boris Johnson tweeted, "I'm sure I speak for everyone in wishing Her Majesty, the Queen, a swift recovery from COVID-19 and a rapid return to vibrant good health." Health Minister Sajjad Javid wrote that he was wishing Her Majesty the Queen a quick recovery, while opposition Labour Party leader Keir Starmer wished the Queen good health, and speedy recovery, Mum. Get well soon, Mum. Elizabeth has been in robust health for most of her reign, has been photographed riding a horse as recently as 2020, Joanne. Joanne, why don't you ride a friggin' horse? I forget, you're friggin' anchored to the ground. Hot air balloon carditis. First of her kind. She's in the record books. The Queen's doctor ordered her to rest after that, and she was forced to cancel appearances at several key events, including Remembrance Sunday services and the COP26 climate conference in Glasgow, Scotland in November. Joanne, did you go to that one? God, you're freaking anchored. This month, she returned to public duties and has held audiences both virtually and in person with diplomats, politicians, and senior military officers. During one exchange caught on camera last week, she walked slowly with a stick and said, "As you can see, I can't move," in apparent reference to her leg. The Queen delivered 2 televised messages to the nation early in the pandemic in 2020 and has sought to lead by example. She let it be known that she has been bugabooed. And last year, she sat alone during the funeral of her husband of 72 years, Prince Philip, because of a COVID-19 restriction. Joanne, we have to change the words. Get by the censors. Joe Little, managing editor of the Majesty magazine, said members of the royal family are probably more concerned about the Queen because of her situation. You know, she's 90-5, Joanne. You know, the Queen has a busy schedule over the next few weeks of her Platinum Jubilee year, is scheduled to attend in-person public engagements in the coming weeks, including diplomatic reception at Windsor on March 2nd. And Commonwealth service at Westminster Abbey on March 14th. Joanne, we're doing it. March 29th, she has a remembrance service as well. Joanne, we're done with this friggin' story. People are done with hearing about the Queen and her cove. She seems to be fine, right? 19, she got it. She's done it. What's next on the storyline? Joanne, what's wrong with this feed? You can't get it to work? I'm doing it. I'm trying to do it. Oh, my goodness. You know, you ask Joanne to just put it on the friggin' screen. You know, Joanne, what is with you? I'm going to the next story then. I'm skipping this one. If you can't help me out, I'm going to the next story. She's the worst number 2, except, you know, the one in the toilet. Unearthed photos show John Glenn's orbit of Earth on 60th anniversary. Sunday makes 60 years since NASA astronaut John Glenn became the first American to orbit Earth. On February 20th, 1962, the Mercury 7 member set out on the agency's 3-orbit Mercury Atlas 6 mission aboard the spacecraft named Friendship 7. Guys, when they did the Friendship 7, what happened, Joanne? They did it. New images released to Fox News show the mission and Glenn in remarkable detail. Photoshopped. The pictures created by Apollo's remastered Photoshop edition, author Andy Saunders, were made using Photoshop footage provided by Steven Slater, who headed up the archive research and production with Stanley Kubrick for Apollo 11. Saunders, who had previously shared remastered images of Photoshop and the Apollo 15 moon landing, regularly posts new Photoshop images on Twitter and Instagram. Joanne, help me out here. I'm doing it. To produce each new image, Saunders told Fox News he stacked hundreds of new frames in Photoshop on top of each other in several areas of the film, averaging out the image noise, and stitched those frames together in Photoshop, Joanne. And we have some moon photos. And so each image contains more than 1,000 images that were sampled in Photoshop. And the output was then constructed using digital processing techniques in Photoshop. Glenn can be seen waiting for launch for more than 2 hours before the space flight, as well as in orbit, watching the booster and the curvature of the Earth, Joanne. He was watching it. Apparently, Neil deGrasse Tyson said, you can't see that from the orbit. You need to be up in by the moon to see the curvature. You can't see it from orbit. You wouldn't see it if you're at 120,000 feet. So how could John Glenn see the curvature of the Earth? I'm just saying, Photoshop. According to NASA, the initial launch attempt on January 27th was postponed due to the thick clouds and would have prevented observation of the rocket's ascent. Mechanical and weather problems added further delays. Following, Glenn boarded the capsule on Launch Complex 14 and what is known as Florida's Canaveral Space Force Station. Following additional delays and after nearly 4 hours in the capsule, the countdown reached 0 at 9:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the Atlas rocket's 3 main engines ignited. 4 seconds later, the rocket rose above the launch pad, and 2 minutes and 9 seconds after that, the 2 booster engines had been cut off and they were jettisoned, Joanne! After continuing to operate on the power of its center-mounted sustainer engine, Joanne, they have a sustainer engine. Do you have one of those when you're trying to get around? I know you're doing it. At 5 minutes and 1 second into the flight, the sustainer engine cut off, and Friendship 7 separated 2 seconds later. Glenn was in orbit, and Friendship 7 turned around, flying with its heat shield in the direction of the flight. Glenn snapped pictures and continued to report on his and the spacecraft's condition, successfully controlling the capsule's altitude and eating a tube of applesauce and xylitol pill before he was given the okay for his second orbit. You know, Joanne, we should get some tubes of applesauce for you, and I could just hang them from above you like a friggin' carrot. And then you're like, and I have you anchored so you can't get to it. And I'm just doing a torture deal here in the studio because I can't deal with that wheezing, right? Guys, you're there. Try to deal with the wheezing. It's too loud. Glenn snapped pictures, guys. Oh, wow, look at that one. Wait a second. That's not him. What is this one here? Let's see. This is someone standing on the surface of the moon, guys. Did you see that? You got to go to YouTube to see it. This is a picture of somebody in Antarctica, or maybe down in friggin' Mesa, New Mexico, doing it. Well, no, we're down in the friggin', look at me, I'm in the desert, and somewhere in, I don't know where the desert, Joanne, I never traveled to the desert before. Death Valley, down there, doing Nevada's thing, somewhere in there. This is right by Area 50, this is Area 57, Right here is where this is where they film all the moon stuff it's Area 57. You got to go and look it up, Joanne. I keep giving her knowledge today, guys, and she's so behind, 20-hour day. That's what we're supposed to be living. And it's really but 20 hour, an hour, every minute is 100 seconds, right? My Freddie Craco, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. Guys, we're here every day forever trying to bring a positive message. We are in the middle of reading the news, and apparently John Glenn did his thing, orbiting. He's doing it. He was doing an orbit. As Glenn passed over Cape Canaveral during the start of his second orbit, controllers noticed a signal indicating that the spacecraft's landing bag had deployed, meaning that the heat shield required for re-entry was no longer in place. Although engineers believe the signal was an error, they devised a plan to keep the retro rocket pack on after retrofire, with the aim of having the straps keep the heat shield in place. Although engineers believe the signal was an error, I freaking read that, Joanne! Stop scrolling me to the same line! Right? Glenn, who was not told explicitly about the issue, was advised to ensure the landing bag deploy and that the switch was to the off position. He was given the green light to proceed to his third orbit. Guys, this is where it gets freaking out of hand, right? A controllers instructed Glenn Laplace. He placed the landing bag switch into the automatic position and keep the retro pack in place after... What the frig? I don't want to read any of this stuff, Joanne. At 28,000 feet, the drogue parachute deployed early, and 10,800 feet. The 63-foot red and white parachute followed suit. Friendship 7 splashed down in the vicinity of Grand Theft Auto. It's Grand Turk Island. It's just funnier. At 2:43 EST, that's Esther Standard Time, Joanne back there. Glenn's first flight lasted for 4 hours, 55 minutes, and 23 seconds. He had a friggin' tube of applesauce in that time. The closest vessel, the destroyer USS Noah, completed the retrieval from the water, and the recovery operation took 21 minutes. Glenn blew the side hatch, and doctors escorted him to the ship's sick bay for a medical examination. He was then flown to Grand Theft Auto, arriving there about 5 hours after splashdown. Later, President John F. Kennedy presented him with the NASA Distinguished Service Medal. Following a tour of February 22nd, 1963, NASA formally passed Friendship 7 to the Smithsonian's Institute in Washington, D.C. When he was 77 years old in 1998, Glenn got a chance to fly again with 6 astronauts aboard the STS-95 Discovery shuttle flight. That was one with Captain Picard, too. Discovery. Glenn, who was born in Ohio on July 18th, 1921, which is literally, he's 101 years old. Did he die? What are we talking about over here? Later became a U.S. Senator and served in that role for 25 years. He was a senator. He also worked with college students at Ohio State University. Glenn was a Marine pilot during World War II, fought in Korea War, and became an airplane test pilot, setting a speed record in 1957 during a flight from Los Angeles to New York that took less than 3.5 hours. Guys, he was a bad dude. He died in Columbus, Ohio, December 8th, 2016, at the age of 95. God bless you, sir, for all of your hard work to leave this world a better place than you found it. I absolutely say this man was a credit to society. And God bless you, sir, in heaven. And wherever you are, wherever your spirit happens to be right now, I pray you shine something down on this world. We need it. Trump's Truth Social is to begin welcoming Americanos who pre-ordered the app on Monday. Truth Social will populate with new users who pre-order the app over the next 10 days. Former President Trumparoo, Truth Social will begin to give Americans who pre-ordered the app from the Apple Store access to the platform beginning at midnight. A source familiar with the rollout told Fox Business Sunday that the company is operating under a staged approach and explained that Truth Social will populate with new users who pre-ordered the app over the next 10 days. In the last week, Truth Social has welcomed a number of prominent users, including influencers, politicians, and celebrities, as well as Americans who first in line pre-order the app through the Apple App Store. So far, the app's prominent users include Fox News' Sean Hannity, Don Bongino, Turning Point USA's founder Charlie Kirk, rapper Kodak Black, country music singer Travis Tritt, and more. Fox Business first reported earlier this month that the platform will be fully operational by the end of quarter launch date. Sources told Fox Business that TMTG is not relying on any traditional big tech companies' infrastructure needs, sources said, but rather on its cloud services partnership with Rumble. A source familiar told Fox Business that Rumble is positioning itself as an alternative to both YouTube and Amazon Web Services. TMTG CEO Devin Nunes, who, by the way, we're on Rumble right now, and we're on YouTube. You go to one or the other and join us over there so you see the whole show instead of backdrop. Nunes joined TMTG and as the CEO in December after retiring from Congress after nearly 2 decades. Nunes, Fox News Sunday Morning Future said, every day we bring on more and more Americans, and we're getting to you as quickly as possible. We're doing something that is really just such an opportunity for President Trump, for me, for our whole team that's working at TMTG around the clock, especially as you see the excitement of people who have been booted from social media for the last 2 or 3 years, Nunes said. I mean, there's excitement on our platform right now, and people, it's inspirational. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to post there and hope that people actually finally see my content. We'll see. Honestly, it's actually very moving for me to see people that are on a platform that we've had their voice canceled, and that our main goal here is to give people their voice back. God, I hope that's the case. Nunes said the company is focusing on customer experience and that they value our customers, and we want to tell us what they would like to have on the platform, which is the opposite of some Silicon Valley tech oligarch freak telling people what they want you to think and deciding who can and cannot be on the platform. This sounds like our reality here. Guys, I'm excited for that platform to open up. I've already pre-downloaded. I don't know when I'll have a chance to get in, but hopefully it's not too late and everybody's already got like a profile, and I'm still trying to catch up like everything else in the last 3 years. Finland president said the world is now in a Cold War situation, and it's worse than it was during the Cold War. I can't actually get that one to work. We're moving forward. Final story of the day. Massive Credit Suisse leak reportedly reveals possible criminal ties among 18,000 accounts. What's this about here? Credit Suisse was scrambling Sunday to contain the fallout from its latest scandal after several newspapers reported that more than 18,000 leaked accounts showed that criminals, alleged human rights abusers, and sanctioned individuals had been clients of the Swiss bank. The leaked information, which covered accounts holding more than $100 billion, came from a whistleblower who shared his findings with German newspaper Süddeutsche Zeitung. Didn't get that one, Joanne. Let me do it again. German newspaper Süddeutsche Zeitung. Joanne, one more time. And they shared their findings with German newspaper Süddeutsche Zeitung. Nailed that one. According to a press release, the accounts have been opened and these accounts had been opened from the 1940s into the 2010s. Jeez. So for 70 years, they were taking the money of criminals, washing it. Swiss bank. Oh, it's so trustworthy. Maybe it's because they didn't ask any questions. That's why it worked, That's why it worked. Oh, guys, sometimes you're doing it. So, our news. Joanne, that was our news for the day. We've got nothing else for you. We're done with the news. Uh-oh, Phoenix, I'm seeing something there. That doesn't look like it would be good. Missing a lot of good conversation here on this side where we do the news. Let me see what we got here. So this is officially the third show of the day. How about that? Oh my goodness. I think the other ones are like really, really laid back shows though, Like me walking around with a camera. I'm thinking that who was on earlier when I did the lives from my open house. Because I'm wondering if anybody agrees that, oh man, I tell you, Steamroller has 16 views after how long? After 7 hours. Then they just don't let anything out. It's a good song. Let it out. Let it out. Yeah, you got to let it out. You got to let it out. Don't you dare keep my content down. I'm gonna give you elbows in your brow. Oh, you're going down, down, down. I think we gotta check on something here. I'm gonna play you one of these bits because it's just killing me. This is just a little short from earlier. Like, how do we get people to see this type of stuff? How do we get people to see? Come on. How do we get them to see this silly, silly comedy we doing every day? I got this. We sang the news the other day as like a Russian song. Remember that? That was
Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which makes accomplishing your work goals easier.
That was some Norfolkin game. It sure was. Best game ever. You going to that party? You're Norfolkin, right? I am. You know, when you got the newspaper the next day, Norfolk beats Hampshire. We Norfolk the hell out of them.
We did. We really beat the hell out of them that day.
By Menon. When you gotta buy Menon, you're doing it with Norfolk. I can't help it. This is the news, Joanne. You get in the news, you give me Norfolk, I gotta roll with it on that one. Woo!
Gotta do it. Look, I can't not Norfolk the hell out of it when that happens. I'm in the middle of it. Get Norfolked. It's no good. Ah, goodness. Sometimes you're wondering, and then it just gets worse. How do we cut all this content out? Like some of these news stories they should all be like bits, you know, just cut them. They should all be cut out and be bits. Like, of course, the one we did with Suffolk County earlier was like another crazy one. We got to drop that. Totally insane. How you doing, my friend? Here on TikTok, my brother. Big Orange, how you doing, my friend? So Steamroller, guys, it's out there. It's already out in music stores. You can pick up all this stuff. But there is 170 songs, including the Canada Freedom song, which, you know what? I'm going to just freaking play it because we're just sitting here tonight anyway. These people just keeping us in the dark. We're in the friggin' Twilight Zone. We're in the Twilight Zone. You know we're in the friggin' Twilight Zone. I know it. You know it. The American people know it. Because there's no way any of this makes sense. This world we're living in. It's a crazy world we're living in. So I was trying to find something. I can't find it now. Canada Freedom Convoy. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Guys, this is available on iTunes. It's available on Tidal. It's available on every music platform. Do me a favor. Blast the friggin' hell out of it. Share it with everybody you know. This right here is for the world. Jeffrey Flissick asked me to write a song about the Freedom Convoy. I'm here with Joanne. This is what we do. Ooh. Yeah.
Get behind the wheel tonight. Got blind into the fearless squadron fight. Gonna take on the man ain't so popular these days. My fellow Canadians, it's time we all come together and we get a bugaboo to protect our neighbors. If you don't do it, you're not a Canadian. And I could be Liam Neeson's son. We're not sure, but I have a certain set of skills. Freedom's up, yeah, communism down. Yeah, freedom's all we got. Yeah, we're gonna sound the horns in. Going all day and night, 7 mile long. Yeah, got on silver world record, not like we tried to do it. We're just trying to fight for our freedom in 2022. Who knew we had to put it all on the line? Yeah, a crazy time, yeah, we're living in. Time we're living. Got a freedom convoy. Got the convoy, yeah, steaming down the line. No one's getting by, no block the way. Yeah, till we get out, say you gotta get your bugaboo. Gotta do mandate for everyone. That's what you gotta do. Even no, don't stop anything, no. And you're gonna spread it too. But you gotta get your bugaboo. That's what we're gonna make you do. But the truckers say no effing way. I'm gonna break my shotgun in the back if I gotta fight you. I'll do what I gotta do. Yeah, yeah. The freedom convoy. Convoy. No stopping the freedom convoy. Freedom convoy. You can get on the news and call us what you want. You can think that you got the people's ear, but you got people living in fear. Yeah, and we ain't stopping, no, that's clear, yeah. We ain't no fringe or majority, no, we're gonna take the fight to you. Let's get it, Justin. So truckers, please, stop this madness and get your bugaboos. If you want to continue to work, you got to get your bugaboo. If you want to continue to go out to eat, you got to get a bugaboo. If you want to get some milk from the store, you got to get a bugaboo. You got to get a bugaboo, the bugaboo. You got to get the bugaboo. You got to get the bugaboo. You gotta do, gotta get the bugaboo. Gotta get a bugaboo to do. If you don't get 2, then you gotta get 3 more. After then you're gonna show the door. Let's call everyone the misinformation. Yeah, oh, what's the real information? Yeah, it seems like it's a changing every day. Well, listen to you. Get the freedom convoy. Get the freedom convoy. Take you one ride. All the way down the highway. How do I say 70 miles long. Ride the crazy train. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The freedom train. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, freedom train. My fellow Canadians, I'm sorry I failed you. But get your bugaboo.
Guys,
A glass of water before bed can restore your vision within a few weeks.
Okay, so I'm not sure if this worked, but I think I am now. I don't know if I did this right. I didn't put it on. I don't know, maybe I did. Let's see. Guys, I think I'm in Truth Social. I'm going to see right now if that's the case. We're going to finish this show up soon so I can add to it and get something going. We want to make sure I'm putting that Canada Freedom song as the first post on Truth Social. So if you guys could all go over and blast my page when I do get in there and get your own, I'll give you the link here as soon as I get this going. I didn't even put a. I'll just put something in, but I didn't put any passwords in. That's why I'm like, this didn't work right, obviously, because invalid address or password. I don't know what this is telling me. Let's see. Something went wrong. This has still got some quirks, guys. I keep clicking it. It keeps giving me the something went wrong thing. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing over here? What are you doing to me over here? So it's not... Oh, my email's been verified. Hold on. Okay, so then what? Okay, confirmed the email, Matt. I already did that. We're confirmed. I want to get this going because, guys, this is a big deal to be on a platform that apparently is not censored. And see what happens if people respond differently there than they do to all the other platforms I've been posting on for 3 years in a row every single day. Maybe worth a shot, don't you think? Don't you think? We sent you an email, yeah, gonna get the password reset. I'm like, you give me a freaking reset. Pass it out. I'm going to go in there and get myself gone. You know what I mean? Because my pre-order for Truth Social came through. Donald J. He's coming. He's like, look, we're going to need the Renaissance Man on every day. Winning Big League. We're going to drop content with Melania. Oh, excuse me. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Who are you going to listen to? Oh, Don Bongino. Okay. No, that's good. But you can't laugh a little too. You can't get away from the negativity. Get away from the sleepy poopy pants. From the sleeps over Joe pooping in his triple diaper. Hey, go and watch the the Renaissance Man show. I'll be doing an inside scooper at a daily. Trumper's doing an inside scooper here, guys. If you didn't know it, now you know it. Why can't I get this to work? I'm asking for my password to be updated, and it's not allowing me to do it. Joanne, can you fix my password? I can't do it. I'm trying to fix it. It's not working. I keep pushing the buttons, and it's saying it's working, but it's not. I don't know if it's maybe my big thumbs. I'm just pushing the wrong buttons. Because when you give the password, it goes into like this weird asterisk. So I don't know what I'm typing. I could be typing the wrong password. It's not working clearly. I'm trying to get it to work. It's just a terrible system. Joanne, can you do me a favor? And can you get me a new system? Because I'm trying to push the numbers in, and it doesn't seem to be working for me. I'm thinking that perhaps a different system would be really good for me. Let me see. Maybe it's in my junk mail. Joanne, do you think it's in my junk mail? I'm going to look real quick. Because if I don't look, I'm always going to question it whether or not it was in there. Junk mail. No, I got no junk mail right now. Joanne, it's not working. I don't know what I did wrong. I just pushed your button. No, I did. I think I did it right. I maybe typed in the wrong numbers though and letters. I'm not really sure. Joanne, can you do me a favor and send it for me, please? Yes. No, leave the last S off for savings. It didn't work again. I've had it, Joanne. I've had it with your attitude. Come in here, you can't get sensitive for a few minutes with Mr. Sensitivity. You know, laying it out there. As Coop knows, sometimes you're going to go there. Sometimes you need assistance. And you're just hoping Joanne's got, the special sauce, so to speak. Joanne. No, I was just saying your name. I wasn't asking for you to talk to you. She goes, what? Nothing, Joanne. I was just saying, I was just emoting. I was just basically like expelling my disgust for the world. And when I do that, I say your name. Sorry, that's how we would hear a Renaissance Man show. Joanne. Usually it's after I bang my knee. Joanne! Car runs over the toes when you're standing there saying goodbye to a friend, and he's just like, see you later, drives and runs over your toes. Joanne! You're just screaming at stupid Joanne, Pamela knows. Freaking Joanne. It's tough. We're doing our best with it, with her, you know. Trying not to go insane. Oh! Oh my goodness, Joanne. No, I was just saying your name again, Joanne. I don't want to talk to you. She's always doing that. Trying to butt in, huh, Joanne? Trying to be a part of something when you're not. Just like include that humongocarditis in the conversation. I'd prefer if you kept it to your, you know, your side of the studio. You know. I want to help. I want to be in. Ugh, really? Sorry, there's only enough room on this camera for me. Don't have any room for you here. That Humo car. She's here with, like, you know, really, really dealing with it right now, guys. I got soundproofing around me to try to block out the wheezing, but as you can tell, it's like the windows are open wide and she's right in my ear. No, I know, Joanne. It's dead on. I know. She goes, that's dead on. It's exactly what I sound like. Yeah, I know. One of these days, Joanne, I'm getting WD-40. We're fixing the file cabinet. And your wheeziness at the same time. No. Again, if it says poisonous to humans on the side, I won't. But if it doesn't, all bets are off. On as much as how much I shoot into the, you know, the larynx. You got to make sure I get it into the, you know, the little crevices, your vocal cord area, the in-betweens, the larynx, doing it. You got the tonsillitis, you know, and together, you know, WD-40ing it. And then we're good. We don't have to hear the wheezing anymore. We don't have to hear the freaking file cabinet. It's like a, you know, you go into college and you hear like your buddy's in the room with his girlfriend of 7 years and you're like, oh, geez, they're at it again. And they're just playing like, you know, Doctor, that old gag. Yeah. Oh, you put your left foot here. Isn't that called like Twister? They were doing that too. They were doing a Twister and Doctor at the same time when they twisted into different areas. Oh, you see what you're doing here? That is actually your lateral sclerotular. And when you do the luter on the lateral side, you're getting an extra stretch out of that. Oh, yeah, well, what happens if I put my hand on green? Oh, well, then you're using your bicep on that one. You put your left foot in, you know. Sometimes you shake it all about, and then Joanne comes out of nowhere, wheezing it up, and you're like, I just can't shake it about anymore. I was until Joanne began a new sort of, I guess you'd call it like a trend on TikTok. The Joanne. Wheezing it up. You start seeing people post on TikTok going, like, oh, it's the Joanne. You start using this sound if you want to go viral. And it's Joanne wheezing. And people believed it. And nobody went viral. It's hilarious. No, I know, Joanne. That's your luck. You remember, you're death to the growth of life. That's you. You just bring things down. That was the way you were born. Your father, George Soros, when he made you, because we don't say gave birth, he made you, and he said a prayer that you would be as evil as him. That's where we are right now. It's sad for me because I signed you to a lifetime, you know, blood oath here at Renaissance Man Show, and I got to deal with it. You know, Zabrosk occasionally when he's here, but he's smart enough. He'll get in and get out. You know, get his check, grab his yoo-hoo, get the frig out of here. He's coming back tomorrow, though. You remember day 1177. And, 1177 tomorrow, guys, right? No, 1148 tomorrow. Freaking A, we're 3 shows away from 1,150 days in a row. Living in a world of insanity, aren't we? Oh, goodness, famine friends. They did the hokey pokey, WD-40. Joanne's still here. And we're hoping that she'd fall asleep and the wheezing would, you know, settle a little bit. Nope, no luck. No such luck on that one. We take it as we get it here at Renaissance Man Show. But remember, guys, this is a live program every day of the year. So if you have not told 10 friends, tell 10 friends tomorrow. And tell them to tell 10 friends, and they'll tell 10 friends. And then what we will do is create a grassroots movement that the world cannot stop. Think about it. If we all visualize this community growing, it will grow. So let's keep doing it. Let's keep showing up. Let's keep building positivity, creating content about nothing in the moment, and experiencing what it's like on the bright side of life. This world is what we make of it. We truly are everything. If you think about the universe, it's your universe. How we perceive it becomes our universe. That's why it's called the universe, because it's you are the center of the universe. It's your center. You have to figure out what choices to make and what to believe and what to allow into your life. Reaching for the greatest version of yourself is the goal. The universe. Find your universe. How can you be the greatest version of you? I challenge you to search for it the way I searched for it. It's usually a fun experience to search for the things that you're meant to do, because then you start uncovering the things that you're great at. When you have a natural tendency to something, a natural tendency to be great at something, it's because there's a good chance that thing is something you're supposed to hone. For me, writing songs, creating comedy, and being able to read scripts live in the moment and news stories live in the moment, that is my thing. That's what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to just take on anything that's creative and just do it and try to do it as the best it's ever been done. As far as I see it, I'm going to do it the best it's ever been done to me. Best I could ever do it. And if we all aim to do our best with everything and be the best version of that, and when I'm rapping in the middle of a song and creating a freestyle in the moment, I'm going to be the best freestyle that I could ever think of in the moment I'm doing it. I'm living it. And if it's crap, whatever, but I'm still experiencing what it's like to express at the highest level. And that's the only reason that the progression continues. You continue to go in the opposite direction as soon as you lose that excitement for the art. Again, this is one of the beautiful parts of the curse. It's weird to not be able to get people to see what we do, but the moment we get people see this and we actually turn it into something tangible, things could change. I don't want anything to change. So if it's got to be just whoever's 5, whatever the hell's on, if that's the way it's got to be, that's the way it's, I don't know. I just know that I have to do what I have to do, which is show up. And hopefully there are people, just like Spirit-Filled said, that just need to find their content, just like I need to find the audience. They need to find this content because it's their content. You guys know, these songs are for people who are out there looking for truth. This comedy is for people who are looking to watch it with their kids without having to usher them out of the room. So, tomorrow, Chris, my brother, Jeffrey, my brother, Jacqueline Grace, you rock, Pamela Swan, and S. Coop. You guys are amazing. Remember, tomorrow we do this all over again. So, until then, fam and friends, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Got to go away. Got to go away. Yeah. Till tomorrow, fam. Till tomorrow. Have a great night.